Hey everybody, Hillbilly W.O.P here. So working on can I make an ugly car cool? Today we're going to try to make it faster. Earlier I took it for a 0 to 60 test drive. I'm not going to reveal what that number was, but today we're going to put in a cold air intake system and get rid of all this Mitsubishi stuff that makes a lot of rattling noise. And we'll see what that does. We'll see if it makes it any quicker. Maybe gets us more fuel economy. Plus, we're going to change spark plugs, so that should help as well. So, Johnny's got some of the parts waiting on him, but I'm going to get some of the old airbox stuff off here so that we can get a head start, get a little jump on it when he gets here. All right, so we're not doing anything crazy. We got to, we first had to take a 10 mil off there. I have to cut off these zip ties that are holding on the box as well, and take off the mass airflow sensor. All right, so we got the zip tied portion off here, and you can see we're getting into the nitty gritty of the engine, which that's where we can get to the spark plugs. This side over here, I did find out there's another 10 mil back there. And it looks like that's it for this box. I'm looking for anything else that might be making it connected, but I don't really think there is. I think it's just connected with this right here. All right, let's take it off. All right, so down here we got the 3 spark plugs exposed. Here's our coils. We got them loosened up. We got our new spark plugs and our socket here, and we're going to take these coils off and stick these new ones in. All right, well, we got the first 2 spark plugs out. Let's take a look at those 2 here. This would have been one here. Don't look too bad. I mean, they're due. And we are upgrading our spark plugs. Those are just, looks like regular, well, maybe they are, I don't know if they are the laser. We'll have to look at that. These are, the ones I got are the lasers. So they are laser iridium. All right, well, we'll get the last one in. Look who's here, Johnny.
Finally.
Yeah, he got all his panties clean and, all the stains out. So now he can go to work. But now, look, here's what we're doing. I left you off at, we were doing the spark plugs. Those are done. We're putting together the intake. Now, on this Mirage, you cannot buy a cold air intake kit. You have to
I wonder why.
You have to manufacture your own. But luckily, and I will put a link down in the description, on Amazon, some guy makes, I guess he's 3D printing the mass airflow sensor so that you can still have your MAF in there. And here comes the train.
Here comes the train.
But we're just going to stick all these pieces together, some couplers, and then this could be fun. All right, so we got Johnny fighting now. We figured out how to put the shield on there. First, we didn't know what to do. Now, we've figured out we had to use this piece that I had here to go down. We're going to kind of place it in there, and Johnny's trying to get it in there perfect. And then
I might have to spit on it.
Ooh, she's a bad girl.
There we go.
There you go. And then we're going to tighten it down. Then we'll get her on to here and get her mass airflow sensor hooked up and this other little coupling. Look at that, huh? Johnny was just in a laughing fit for about 20 seconds at work because he said this is the stupidest thing he's ever done. But what about if you put a turbo on it? Then is that stupider or smarter or crazier?
That's
I don't
a little
know.
Better. At this point, it's like giving an 80-year-old a boob job, but whatever.
Yeah.
Putting a chandelier in an abandoned house.
All we got to figure out here is how to make some kind of bracketry
to hold it up.
Maybe somewhere around here. Can't really get a picture of, but down there. Hold it up. Then we'll stick the mass airflow sensor and listen to this baby purr. I can't wait. You can't wait, right?
Oh, yeah, it's...
I mean, look at his excitement.
I am very interested to see what this thing's going to sound like.
All right, here goes the first fire with that, with whatever you want to call cold air intake. Oh. Yeah, I think it was because I cleaned out the intake that probably had some. Holy shit.
I told you it was going to give some induction.
Yeah, it definitely does, don't it? So this is probably, you know, the more interesting part because everything else was plug and play for the most part, but making our own little bracket here is what Johnny is doing. And we're gonna mount it right here, and then we're gonna cut through our heat shield. We're gonna mark it, and we're gonna cut through that little piece there. Hopefully this all holds together. You know, because that's what you gotta do when you're making your own stuff in a car that they make nothing for. Well, there it is, folks. We finally got it done. Beautiful sunset here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Popped the code when we first put in the cold air intake, but I don't know, we cleared it and it seems to not come back. Did a 0 to 60 run. I couldn't get the best times, but we'll put them up there and we'll see what you guys think about the differences there. But yep, she's running and going. You like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.